Hey first grade, so this week we are going to be making a project that we make every year in first grade, and the project is clay birds. Now I know not everyone has clay at home right now. I don't have clay at home right now. So I'm going to be showing you how to make salt dough, which sounds like you might be able to eat it, but it's more of an art material. It uses flour, salt, and water. It hardens and it becomes an art sculpture that you're able to keep. For this project, you could also use Play-Doh or any other type of modeling clay, sculpting material you have at home. And if you don't have any of those things, you can still do this project, but I would like you to make something 3D. So you're building a bird out of maybe cardboard or paper or other recycled materials that you're finding at home. So we want to try to make it a 3D sculpture. So see what you can find. Keep watching this video to find out how to make salt dough. I hope you have a lot of fun with this project. Let's get started. So the things you will need for this are all-purpose flour, or you can also use gluten-free flour. If you look at the PowerPoint, the recipe for that is on there. Salt, and then warm water. So you're going to take equal parts of flour and salt and mix those together first. So you can kind of measure it depending on how much dough you want to make. I don't need to make that much because I'm just going to make one project, so I'm going to use half a cup of flour, half a cup of salt. But if you wanted to make more, you could always do 1 cup of flour, 1 cup salt, or even 2 cups of each, but they just need to be equal parts. Since I did a half a cup flour, half a cup salt, I'm going to take half of that, which would be a fourth, and do a 4th cup of water. So if you were doing a cup of flour, a cup of salt, half of that would be a half a cup, so you do a half a cup of warm water. And I'm going to mix that in. So now that I have my clay made, I am able to start sculpting and making my bird. This made quite a lot. So this is with half a cup of flour and half a cup of salt and then the 4th cup of warm water. You get a lot of clay with that. So if you want less, you can always cut down the recipe, or you can also add to it to make even more clay dough. So I'm only going to use actually half of this to make my clay bird, but if you wanted to make it using that whole thing or make it bigger, it's all up to you. So I took off half of my dough, and with the part that I have left, the first step is going to be to form it into a ball, and then the next step is going to be to take one side of it and start to kind of press it. This is going to form the head. So you're going to press it and have it come out more to one side. You could start to also kind of form a beak, kind of like that. The rest of it, you want to keep this bottom kind of curve for the belly, but you can start to kind of bring out the back of part of it to make the tail. And the cool thing about this dough is it's really a lot like Play-Doh or even just clay. But if you mess up and you don't like how it looks, you can always reform it to how you want it to be. There I have a basic shape of my bird. Now I can either leave it like that, or I can take off other pieces from this and add wings to it. I can use different items to make textures. Of course, you do not have to make your bird look like mine. It can be made so many different ways. Really experiment with your dough or your clay or whatever materials you're using. Mine is very soft, so if I just let it sit, it kind of starts to droop down. So what I might do is use something to stand these parts up so that it can dry a little bit like that. Paint it how you would like it. I hope you have lots of fun with this project.